How's it going, everyone? I am back like I never left. In this video, we are going to be talking about Trump's social media network and the company that is taking it public, which is ticker symbol DWAC. We're going to go over what happened to the price action on Friday and what are the major headlines that we need to be watching out moving forward. And I'm also going to go over what is the short-term price target for this company for Monday. We're also going to be talking about another company that went up 1,000% on Friday. We're going to talk about that company too, why it went up and what could potentially happen to it on Monday too. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to cover all this important information that you need to know to stay up to date about these two companies coming up. Now, as you can see over here, the major headline that we're going to be talking about is that Trump's social media network has 30 days to stop breaking the rules of its software license. So this is one of the news that came out, and I'm going to be covering in detail why they have to approach and basically deal with this software license issue later on. But first, let's talk about what happened on Friday with the price action. So as you can see over here, we have DWAC, which is up more than 107% on Friday. We talked about it, on Thursday, that it could potentially go to $100. But right when the market opened, it went up and shot up to $175. And I've never seen these kind of market volatility and halts happen back to back within the first hour and 30 minutes. The stock got halted more than 10 times, so that was really insane. And for anybody that participated, that bought in, that decided to sell, lock in profits, it was just a very headache and very unfavorable situation. So usually these halts happen mainly because of the imbalance between the buyers and the sellers. Usually when there's a lot of buying order that comes in, and if there's not a lot of supply, the stock can potentially shoot up extremely to the upside. So the market makers have to step in and stop it to make sure that there's enough supply, and they figure out exactly what is the price point where there is enough buyers and sellers, and when there's balance in it. So they open up at that price. So when in this case, when the stock shot up, there's definitely people that are willing to sell the stock at around $175. So there is a supply there. So they open it up at that price point, and when the market opened at that price point, the stock decided to sell off, to the downside, and still they had to halt it again because there was a lot of people that were selling it. Now they have to halt it again to find some sort of demand for it. What is the price point that people are willing to buy for it, where there is some sort of balance and equilibrium between the buyers and the sellers. So they have to halt it and basically rearrange some of the price point and figure out what is the price point to ideally open this specific stock. So and then it opened again at around 137, and it decided to get halted again to the downside. So it was just this halt keep happening over and over again. And luckily we hit a low, and it decided to stop right around over here after like 2 hours of this extreme volatility. We hit a bottom of $69 for the day for October 22 Friday, and the stock decided to rally. It went up above $100. So we had a live stream that we did on Friday. You can go and check it out to see this extreme market volatility if you want to. But we're currently sitting at $94.20, and unfortunately we were looking for it to close above $100, but it did not happen, and we're sitting at currently $94.20. And after hours, we're down 14% to $80. So still staying above the support, the low that it made around $65 to $75, right around over here. So this is the critical price point that we need to be watching out as we move forward to Monday. But let's go over and talk about the major headlines that came out for this company on Friday. This specific company called Mastodon, Truth Social, which will launch officially later in the year, is seemingly using Mastodon's code base without credit. So the founder literally said that Truth Social copied some of the codes, the base code, from their source, and they did not give them credit. So that is the main issue that they're facing right now. So the founder specifically stated that based on the screenshots I have seen, it is absolutely based on Mastodon. The founder and the leader developer of Mastodon told the motherboard in an email. So he pointed to the screenshot of the True Social error message, which is using the default Mastodon elephant mascot. So that is the main issue they're facing right now. Just they haven't even launched yet, but they're still having issues with, people claiming that they're copying them. But when you look at and go in detail to figure out, okay, what is this application Mastodon, right? So when you go in detail, look at exactly what this company is. Mastodon is a piece of open source software that people can use to create their own social network. So it kind of makes sense for Team Trump, to just basically use their tool, Mastodon's tool, to create their own, because this is an open source. You can definitely get the code, but the founder just came out and said that, hey, you know what, you're copying it and you need to give us credit, and they're coming after them in a way. So we'll see how it goes. They have 30 days, to stop breaking basically the rules of their software license. We'll see how this is going to affect the stock price moving forward. Now let's talk about the stock that went up more than 1,000%. This is ticker symbol PHUN. It went up from $1.47 the previous day on Thursday to all-time highs of $24. That was more than 1,000% move within a matter of a day. So that was an extreme volatility that we saw. Of course, we saw some extreme halts on this specific stock too. As you can see right here, at one point it got halted at $18 and it opened at around $8, below $10. That was extreme. So these stocks have showing extreme market volatility. It was just a headache if you're somebody that wanted to day trade it. Even if you got involved in it early, it was just a torturous environment. Just looking at it was like very, very tough. So the bottom that it made was around $6.15, and right now we're sitting in the after hours is $6.63. But moving forward, we'll see exactly what can potentially happen for this stock. But when it closed at $8.74. So let's talk about exactly why this stock shot up more than 1,000%. So the major headline in the past that kind of put this company on people's radars is that the Trump team and the Pence team used this specific software, this app, for them to basically help them endorse for the 2020 election, for them to post about, what they're planning to do and etc. So people are speculating that this company can potentially be used for Truth Social, because Truth Social is going to, develop an app and it's going to be available for everybody in the app stores and etc. But this is the company that they initially used on their 2020, election campaign. So this can have a huge potential to partner with the Trump team to develop a new software they're trying to build. So as you can see from the founder, it says that our software provides the Trump-Pence team with powerful mobile tools for their high-profile re-election campaigns. This is what they said last year, of course, allowing seamless one-to-one user engagement and interactions on a reliable and proven global platform. So they already used their platform in the past, so they can definitely be able to just maybe buy them out, or they can definitely partner with them to develop something like this, to implement for their future. So this is why the company was just shot up 1,000%, and we'll see if they can potentially partner with them in the future, because they worked with them in the past. But definitely keep an eye on it. But moving forward, what is the price prediction for this company moving forward? So when you look at it right now for Monday, I know there's a lot of people that are watching PHUN. If people missed the DWAC opportunity, this one is relatively super cheap. If they want to, buy for cheap, if they're looking for stock to buy for cheap, this is an option. And also DWAC2 is also a company that a lot of people are watching. So for Monday, we might see a potential gap up. So just keep an eye on it on the short-term price target. If everything works out, if there's a lot of people that want to buy into this company, especially we're going through, Saturday and Sunday, a lot of people can talk about this company, especially Trump supporters can, rally, and come in and buy as much as they can, especially there are people that even deposited money into their brokerage accounts, on Webull and Robinhood, just to buy this specific company, DWAC. But of course, it takes like 3 days for their money to settle. So hopefully on Monday, their money can settle and they can provide more liquidity, more, buying for this company, so it can go up a lot. So we can potentially see the stock, gap up on Monday, a potential gap up, even though we're in after hours. We see a huge decline of around 14%. It's not a huge decline when you look at it, but we saw a slight decline. That's holding the support area, so we might expect the stock price to trade above $100 on Monday. I know a lot of people are optimistic about it. They're saying it can go to $200, $300, but we just have to be patient about it. Of course, we also have Trump rallies coming up pretty soon. So we're going to be talking about it in another video. So that is also an important thing to watch out for. So definitely keep an eye on DWAC, important price level to watch out, the support at $75. Monday we can potentially hit above $100 if everything works out. A lot of volatility, extreme volatility like what happened today. It could potentially hit $175, but watch out for 75 because if it breaks down, it could potentially go down to $60 if things do not go as planned. Also for PHUN, it could potentially hit the support area. If things doesn't work out, it can drop below the support area. We can go back to $3, 3.50 cents, or $5 if things doesn't work out. But if supporters come in and decide to buy into it, we might see a slight bump up above $10, especially this area is where the buyers and sellers are agreeing. So it's a relatively good area of support that's happening around $10. So you might see pop up above $10, gap up on Monday. So definitely keep an eye on it. I'm going to make another video about these companies. So make sure you stay tuned to it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video if you want to see up to date about this specific company. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.